Welcome to another haul. I filmed a few hauls back to back that will not be one video as I originally thought they might, but it will just be too long. So I'm breaking it up, and today I am giving you a recap and a haul from a yard sale a few weeks back, which for some reason I've deemed like the haul of nostalgia. I would love to hear if any of the things I found are nostalgic for you as well. And if you enjoy this sort of content, please feel free to subscribe because I've got a bunch of videos in the pipeline coming out soon. Okay, enjoy the haul, and I hope to see you again next time. First and foremost, a yard sale in the morning was, I believe, someone who maybe collects stuff over time and ultimately sells it in a yard sale setting. She was speaking to a friend or, a customer that I was overhearing. And the woman was saying, like, you should get a booth at the antique store. And she was like, no, I just like to do my own thing. So she definitely had an idea of what she had there, but her prices were still like 25 cents, 50 cents, like amazing. First thing, I beelined to this. This is marked as, I believe, Hampton, but it's slightly faded, Florentine china. So need to do a little research on how much value, if any meaningful value, this holds, but for style alone, this is a really pretty piece. I got 2 milk glass pieces. This was advertised as having antique glass, so I was actually kind of expecting more. It's possible it was picked over by the time I got there, but I was there pretty early. I got 2 milk glass pieces, a really pretty fluted top on that one, and hobnob, vase, both kind of small, very versatile pieces. I know I said I'm not sure milk glass is for me, but I do feel like it has a place in decor. And when I see a piece that I'm attracted to for the shape or size, style, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pass it up, especially at a price like they were. Even if it's not something I personally would style with in my current decor in my own home, I could absolutely see a way I would style with it, if that makes sense. The other glass item I got was a set of 6 of these beautiful pink drinking glasses. Very, very pretty, all in great condition. Again, in the spirit of kind of like a drinkware at a pop-up for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving tables, like bar carts. I really like the idea of having some sets on hand. Again, it's also like a practical item that people can, I think, justify a little bit more. It adds style, it adds character. It's something you can swap in and out seasonally or like with your mood, but it's not a huge investment and it does have a purpose in your home. I got a bunch of Trivets. I'm actually missing some. Hold on, let me go get them. Trivets also qualify to me as a practical item that can add style but have purpose. So I got 5 Trivets. These teak carved set. Also, in a world where you are someone who has a plate wall or an eclectic gallery wall, I would so easily be able to imagine these as a component of a wall like that, to fill an awkward shape, space, or to add circles if you have lots of squares. Like, I always love mixing up size and shape and even kind of adding texture in a gallery wall, and these could absolutely do that, especially these, because obviously as carved wood, it's not a perfectly flat surface. It's pretty close. It would be totally fine for a larger serving dish, but it's not a perfectly flat, stable surface. The next 2 are more of a taffeta. These are not hugely unique. These are kind of like, you can find these, but the colors, again, the texture, these could be on a wall too. Why not? And this one is more unique. I've never seen anything like this. I'm sure it's not totally unique, but it says made in Japan on the back, and It's a wooden square with kind of an embedded ceramic piece that feels painted. I'm not sure the age on this, but it definitely doesn't feel super modern or new. What else did I get? Oh, okay. This was a fun yard sale because it wasn't as if the stuff was like so incredibly fragile or impractical. Like it felt nostalgic in a lot of ways. Stuff I could easily imagine just kind of finding in the attic or the barn of a family member's house and kind of incorporating into your home, which is kind of the best sort of stuff. It felt very homey to me. This is a pretty simple wooden vase, and it does have some signs of water damage, as you can see on the edge, but again, just a very practical, simple piece. And I love the idea of using this for dried flowers, or, you know, this could be a vase in itself, one without water. I would not use water in it, but if you had a flower frog at the bottom to get a few stems in, it does look like there might be a tiny bit of wax in the bottom, so someone might have used it for a candle. Not sure it's how that would really work. But again, a versatile kind of way to add texture, and could stand alone as kind of an item on a shelf. Could also lay on its side. And could also be, it might be a little too tall for pens, but it would probably be pretty perfect as a small utensil holder on a kitchen counter. Or even makeup brushes with like taller handles. This wastebasket size, I mean, again, nostalgia to the max. I absolutely love these. I actually showed this to my mother-in-law and she's like, I feel like we used to have this. I'm like, you probably did, but that's why I love it. Because it's so simple. Everyone needs tiny wastebaskets, especially kind of home offices, bathrooms, craft rooms. There's so many places you could use something like this, but it's also the perfect size to put a plant pot inside. So very versatile, very, very cute, in my opinion. And two more things. This one I was just excited to see for helping stage for photos, a little photo stand, helpful for books and plates and all the things, and a nice like simple gold. Next, this was a wild card, but I saw it and I was like, you know, I want that. These are like two of my favorite colors. I might keep it, I might sell it, I have no idea, but if it didn't sell, I wouldn't be upset, you know? This is a vintage Igloo cooler. It needs to be cleaned, but there's nothing about it that looks like I couldn't wash it off. And the inside looks great. I did check the inside before I opened it, or before I bought it. It's not a straw situation. It's more of just a pouring spout. But imagine, you know, one day I will be in the era of like all day sporting events with my children and stuff. Fill it with water. Why not? Or out on a boat. Bring all the water. Okay. That was the yard sale. It was a great morning. It was not huge, but it was very successful in my opinion. I got all of that stuff for less than $16. So very, very happy with that. It was also very fun. It was kind of not far from my house, but in a more rural setting that made me feel so nostalgic for home in general, for the town I grew up in, and reminded me a ton of my grandma, who I feel like really has influenced this whole hobby slash endeavor of mine in a lot of ways. So I immediately called my grandma when I got home and told her all about it. It was fun. I'm sorry if you can hear the washing machine, but I just sat down to eat and YouTube recommended that I watch Sam Holly, who I have never heard of before. And I just watched her, I'm starting to watch her huge cottagecore thrift haul. And it turns out she is the owner of Blueberry Vintage. What is it? Blueberry Vintage. She just mentioned it. Is it Blueberry Vintage Co? Something like that. Who I have been following on Instagram and enjoying. So this is a really fun connection, but she just hauled a teak trivet and was talking about how pretty it would look on the wall, I feel like I wish I now could make a trivet wall. How fun would that be in a dining room, or if you were lucky enough to have like a butler's pantry kind of room in your house? That would be so fun. So please buy trivets from me and Sam to build a beautiful trivet wall.